you do your first 26 minutes and see if you do any better. And then someone was streaming that it was like 22 seconds after the tutorial. He's like, do I sit around for like the next 25 minutes until like the whole time? Like, is that what he wants me to do? Like,
that is funny.
Yo, Addict, we're about to start.
It already started. The intro was Addict just talking about Cuphead. So
nice. So we live.
Yeah. Kind of snuck that in. Go live.
Nice.
So
nice.
Yeah. So what's up, everybody? Welcome to BRAP. Another Wednesday night with the best damn podcast on Wednesday nights in 4K, 120 frames a second. True 4K. I don't know. Maybe it might be. I know dynamic 4K and true 4K are things.
So feel like that might be a little false advertising there, Brad.
Nah, man, there's no checkerboard. we're not checkerboarding right now.
And we're not checkerboard. We got the hot 4K. That's a new 4K that's coming out.
Hey, Kabatsu, I can non-parry on Cuphead as much as I want. You go somewhere with that nonsense.
Yeah, the chat criticizing your Cuphead skills right now.
It's because I don't parry at all on Cuphead, like almost at all, because I feel like I'm less consistent when I try to parry.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I ran into that same thing too. It's like I almost ignore it at times because it's like it throws off my rhythm.
Yeah, you know what, Eric? That's a great point. I think you have to be in a rhythm with that game.
Yeah, that game's all rhythm,
man.
And if you try to like, I'm gonna play a little bit, go do something else, play something else, and come back. You have to be in that game because it's all like muscle memory.
It is muscle memory. That's what I'm saying. It reminds you like a lot of those old school games. Like I was telling you, like Ghosts and Goblins, Super Ghouls and Ghosts.
Yeah, remember Ghosts and Goblins? Yeah. Yep. Oh, it's off that vein. Absolutely.
Yeah. Another game I didn't beat. I didn't finish.
You got to go back and finish it, man. It's old school. Old school. So, big shout out to Lord Cognito and Lord Gamer Addict for joining us from the Iron Lords podcast. Gentlemen, it's great to have you guys on this evening. And, yeah, man, just, always a pleasure to have you guys on to talk some video games.
Absolutely. Raps in the building. This is family. So it's only right.
Yeah, no, it is. It is
good to have you guys here.
Yeah, I just want to say something real quick, Destiny 2 related. You guys had me cracking up over the whole new monarchy thing.
It's like religious wars, baby.
Are you talking about how we were talking? Oh, are you talking about what we said on Iron Lord's podcast?
No, he talking about how hard we go with New Monarchy.
Oh, because I was about to say that's a PG version compared to what's going on in parties.
Yeah, in parties worse. Like we don't respect each other if you're on the other side. Like
I was sitting there. I was carrying someone through a nightfall. It was Kid Smooth actually, and we were sitting there. I was like Kid, and I took him to all the factions. And New Monarchy's the last one in the rotation. Yeah. And John was over there becoming a New Monarch, and I was like, "Look, man, you could go with the Hitler crew. You could come over here
Listen, y'all gonna put some respect on Hideo name.
You're gonna go where I'm telling you. I made him join Future War.
If you want that premium shaded experience, y'all know where to go. You know what side of the tower to go to.
But that's the thing. Like I put out a tweet about which faction I should join, and you guys are cracking me up. Someone said join New Monarchy. They got the Egyptian cotton 300 thread count or something in there.
I was like, you want that premium life? You gotta,
You should have seen the video I was gonna make. It was gonna be a video of Future Warcode, and it was gonna be like, do you want to be where the hot shit is, or it's like it's gonna like rotate to Dead Orbit. It's like, or do you want to be like everyone else and just go with the flow? I was like,
I can't get mad at it.
I want to ride with Future Warcode. I'm like, I want the best clubs, the VIP treatment.
Oh, I see what you're about. You about that free Wi-Fi.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? About bottle service.
Yeah, I see. You like that trendy.
What's funny is people be wanting that VIP treatment, but they over there on PlayStation where we can't help them.
Man, I see you in the chat.
Shots fired. Yeah.
It ain't really shots fired. It's like, look, like I guarantee you would have more shit if you rode with us.
Listen, Anchorman, I'm convinced he's in the chat. He said, "How about them cows?" He know I called that. I got my shots towards that a bit.
How many weeks have people been feeding on us on that clan stuff for free raids? We have people in our clan got full raid, and they have never even stepped in the raid.
That's facts, though.
because you'll have these clan rewards where if you do a certain thing, you'll get a clown thing, you know, a clan reward, and if you do the raid with 3 people of your clan as a fire squad, everyone in your entire clan gets a free raid draw.
Bringing everybody's levels up.
So basically, you guys are carrying the squad or the clan. It sounds like
we did the raid today, and we like everybody. All right, it's time to eat. We'll send up a group message. Go collect your loot.
The Lord's like the Cobra Kai that join over there, man.
What's funny is on the Iron Lords podcast, we have like different classes. I consider people. It's like you've been officially inducted into the A class people. It's like you've been called. You are eligible for me to call you out at any time now. And then there's some people I'm like, you in the C. I mean, you can try if you want, but you might not get in there.
Oh man, that's funny. Yeah, you know, I thought about getting the Xbox version of the game, but you know, last time I did, and then you know, I missed out with some of the exclusive content on the PlayStation, which actually just finally gets dropped on Destiny 1 for Xbox now, 2 years later.
Disgusting.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I saw the news. It's
Anchorman put hashtag carried and proud.
Yes.
There you go, Anchor. Anchor's proud of me. He's like, you know what? I'm getting loot. I don't care. Yeah. So, real quick, gentlemen, why don't we start with what everyone is currently playing right now?
Destiny. And Cuphead.
Destiny, Cuphead. Is that what everyone's playing right now?
Is that all I see on my timeline, man?
I'm playing Destiny and Cuphead.
All right. What about you, Cognito?
Yeah, it's Destiny. I did cover for a little bit, but I realized
you like your heart too much.
Yeah, like as you realize you get older, those fast twitch skills start to deteriorate.
Oh, fast, bro.
And I'm like, I'm not as good as I used to be with that.
Man, I kid you not, man. I'm sitting there and I have people, you know, the backseat gaming stuff. You know, it wasn't bothering me at first, but when you're on some dude for 40 minutes and some dude in the comment section, it's like, you need to parry the boomerang. I'm like, look here, bitch. Okay, I will do what I want. Okay, if Room doesn't want to parry the boomerang, Room is not parrying the boomerang.
You gotta parry the boomerang.
Listen, I see your streams, Addict, and I'm just like, man. What's funny though, I will say this: like when you play the game, it's such an homage to all those classic games, and I literally just walking around the map, I'm smiling. Like it's just such a feel good, fun game. But then when you actually get down to the nitty gritty, you're like, damn, this is
yeah.
You know, that
when you're
kind of
looking
thing.
at someone stream this, it doesn't look hard at all. It's like, what are you dying for? Yeah. That's the only reason I bought it, is because Kid was playing it, and I was like, Kid, stop that. I was like, what are you doing? But, you know, then again, Kid was messing up. Okay, there was no denying that. Kid was literally doing the same 3 things, and I would have to be like, Kid, like, you're not damaging the slot machine. You have to wait for it to open. Oh, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah. And it's the stages with the bosses and stuff. So, yeah, I'll touch it for a bit. I'm going to get back to it. I'm also waiting for that online co-op part. And then, honestly, I've been blazing, besides Destiny, obviously, at home, but I've been blazing NBA 2K on the Switch. Like, hard. Like, it is like a whole, it's like a whole community out there on my park, and I feel like I'm the man out there. Like, you know, I feel like I'm joining, you know, at the local court, you know. Like, I'm feeling real good out there. So, you know, the only thing they got to work on is those microtransactions, because the game, as much as I love it, it pressures you to really spend some bread to make your character a little better. Like, the progression system is it's not super rewarding, that kind of thing. So I know we talk about microtransactions later, but 2K is very guilty.
Oh yeah, that's foreign language to me.
Yeah, man, that grind in 2K, man, that's worse than the Destiny vanilla grind.
Yeah. It literally pressures you, B-Money. You're right. It literally pressures you.
That's the part
You go to the court
and
you see these guys with 85s and 87s, and you're like a 62 with the brown shirt, and you ain't got no gear. It's like you feel away.
Was saying that I don't want to play Destiny because I don't want the grind, but they max level on 2K. Get out of here.
Tired of that grind. Max out of 2K. It sounds like they're playing with your emotions then. Because like you said, Cognito, like you show up, you're wearing a brown shirt, everyone's geared up, you feel left out.
But it's interesting here that you said like the Switch community is thick because most people are like, oh, that's DOA on Switch.
That's what I know.
It's huge. Let me tell you right now, it is huge. There's people who squad up with me all the time.
Wow.
Like it's a big deal on Switch, and I'm surprised. Being you would think, there's no voice chat and people are balling, man. It grows every day. Every time I go to the park, they're full. All the courts are full. It's very, very big.
It's games like that that's really going to push the Switch. Like games that are easy on the mobile. Like they need those kind of games. Send me a petition on what it takes for me to get XCOM on Switch. See how quick that gets caught.
Oh yeah.
Someone put a Destiny YouTuber put on he tweeted someone from the creators of Borderlands. Who's that again? Gearbox. And he was like, "How many retweets is it gonna take to get Borderlands 2 on the Switch?" He's like, 1 million, and then he's like, "Consider it done."
I did see that.
Nintendo is back. I just want to say that Nintendo's back.
Yeah, facts.
Yeah, I mean, we talked about this last week. They got a Rockstar game coming on. I mean, it's an old Rockstar game, LA Noire, but still a Rockstar game.
All I know is if there's not any game for people to support on that Switch, is that LA game.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good game too. That's a really good game. If you guys played it last console gen, it was a good one. It really was. Yep. So let's talk a little bit more about Cuphead. Came out last week. To some really good reviews. I think Eric, someone said it earlier about this game kind of being a throwback to some of the old school 2D side scrollers that many of us grew up playing. I mean, I told Eric immediately, I was like, wow, this reminds me of like Ghosts and Goblins, a little bit of Contra. And it's just got like that difficulty, like where you can't, like you got to get in that rhythm. Like you said, Eric, it's muscle memory. Like you can't get cute. You try to get cute and sexy that game, you're going to get punished. And so I've only played 25 minutes of it because I need to get back to Destiny.
No, but that game, it's like the guys were saying though, it's like you can't tell people about like what this game is like. They have to experience it.
Yeah.
Like like Addict was saying, like you can watch a stream and go, oh yeah, I can roll through that. And then when you get in there, you're like, oh damn.
This wasn't what I pictured last week.
Right, and and those graphics, the old animation style will definitely, lure people in because people are thinking, oh, that's cute, that's interesting looking, and that game is unforgiving. And people keep, everything has to be the Dark Souls or something. I'm like, Dark Souls probably looks at Cuphead like, play it. Like for real.
Right? Like people keep saying people are actually saying Cuphead's harder than Dark Souls. I'm like, no. No. Yeah, let's be real here. Some of the parts in Dark Souls, like Cuphead's fair. Dark Souls, not so much.
That's true. That's true. Those hitboxes in Dark Souls can be punishing at times.
There might as well not be hitboxes.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like sometimes, yeah, exactly.
You get to that point where, have you ever got to that point in games where you fight a boss and he like murks you and you're like, that had to have been intentional. Okay, they clearly made me not want to lose to him. And then it's a game over script like, yeah, I'm screwed.
Yeah, no, I've had that happen, but so I haven't put as much time into the game as some of you guys. I mean, like I said, 25 minutes, but like Eric said, the art style, the music's great. The gameplay is great. But it's a challenging game. I don't think it's for everyone. I think if you're looking for something you just kind of pick up and play casually, this is not it. Because like I said, it's definitely not to the old 2D side scrollers that many of us grew up playing on the Nintendo Entertainment System that were just brutal. I mean, that takes you. You know what really frustrated me when I was 25 minutes I was playing? Like they would show you in the map, like when you die, the map progression, and how close you were to the end. I'm like, oh, you guys are just hold the shit out of me.
Oh yeah, it's the worst when you're right at the end flag and it's like, you bastard.
I think there's a worse feeling when you're doing it and you look. And it's like, oh man, I had to have gotten so far, and it's like 2 inches above the second phase. And then you're just sitting there like, yeah, I'm not gonna get this done.
Like I was trying to do it before I went to bed. That's not happening.
Yeah, you can't do that. You can't be tired to play that game either. You gotta have gotta have breakfast, a cup of coffee. You know, except
everybody has to be out of the house. Put your phone, turn your phone off. You know, the whole night.
Oh yeah, maybe you gotta lock in.
Maybe some heart pills.
Yeah,
yeah, you gotta get focused. Man. You gotta get focused. Yeah. So, Gamer Addict, sounds like you probably put in the most time of the game. Talk about some of the boss battles. I know we talked a little bit about this before we went live, because I know that's a kind of a unique. The bosses are unique in the sense that they do morph. So talk to us a little bit about that.
I feel like certain bosses affect other people certain different ways. Like, for instance, on World 2, there's a dragon boss that everyone was like, yo, this dude is annoying. And when I fought him, I murked him in like 30 minutes. So, like, I didn't understand that. But then there's some people that was in my chat harassing me saying, this Medusa part's not even that hard. And I'm like, shut up, fam. Okay? Just because you got through it in 2 minutes don't mean everyone can get through it in 2 minutes. It's like, maybe you use the cheat code. How do I know that? I need some facts. I need some proof that you did that.
Oh, don't talk about no cheat codes right now.
I was about to bring that up.
And you know, then there's certain... I got in a huge argument on on Planet Xbox last night because we got into a discussion on what an actual pattern is. Because I do consider all these bosses having patterns, but you know, one of the people in the podcast, he was saying, well, the projectiles don't have patterns. I'm like, projectiles aren't supposed to have patterns. I was like, you know, when you see a boss, you know his phases on what he's going to shoot at you. Might not necessarily know the pattern of his attacks, but you know what his attacks are. Mm-hmm. And that's what I meant by, you know, patterns, because there are a lot of bosses in this game. I personally cannot stand the plane bosses. Like, I hate them. Every time I see me in a plane, I just want to leave. I just want to quit the game, go play Destiny where I feel comfortable, and I'm not going to die 300 times before I get past one nightfall. But, you know, sometimes I got to do it.
You got to do what you got to do.
Yeah. No, you do. You do.
Yeah.
So
it seems like everybody has, like, their boss. You know, some people can cruise past one, and some people get stuck on another. It's like everyone has that one today. And that's a cool thing you kind of see community-wise. People are like, oh, I got past him pretty quick, but then they get stuck on another one, you know?
Absolutely. That's what makes it fun to watch via stream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool to see kind of the community get together like that and talk about that. Mm-hmm. You know, instead of all the other nonsense that we see sometimes.
Absolutely.
Yeah. But I got to get back into it. I just, Destiny's just, you know what's interesting too, speaking of Destiny, like I was looking at my friends list like the day Cuphead dropped, and majority of the people on my friends list were still on Xbox, were still playing Destiny too.
Yeah, I did see the same thing from my friends as well. Yeah.
Until probably, you know, beginning of November, it'll be like that all the time.
Yeah, this is the run. This is the run.
And then December, it's going to change again.
Yeah.
November will come out. It'll cool with the other big releases, the Call of Duties and stuff like that, the Assassin's Creed, stuff like that. And then like right back December again, new DLC announced, at least their Cyrus DLC or whatever. You'll start to see the hype train right back again. It's going to be on that games played list. Top 3. It won't fall out of the top 3. My prediction. You know, for a while. Okay. Okay. Someone's got some music going.
To be able to indulge one's curiosities and passions. The ones that cause no harm to others without the constant threat of judgment and reprisal. Is the purpose of the night. Tonight, as the stars align once more, the Basement Radio Arcade podcast faces the Iron Lords.
You sound like the announcer in Rise.
But on this occasion, I wish you a bit of luck.
Stupid the phone. What's up, baby?
What's going on, man?
That was classic introduction, by the way.
Oh my god! If you guys haven't played Pyre, have you guys played that?
I have not. Yeah. But I've heard that voice before.
The voice from I forget his name in Pyre. He's like
it's just the voice.
Yeah. John, what's going on?
It also sounds eerily similar to. Remember when Rise came out? When you did the was it the cooperative mode and survival mode kind of thing? The announcer sounds similar to him as well too.
Yeah,
No, I'm not an Xbot, so I don't know.
John, man, what's going on, man?
I had to fucking I had to ask Eric to sneak me a podcast link because I didn't get one.
Well, you know, I sent you one last week.
Yeah, you know, what it's almost impossible. It's really tough for me to do Wednesdays these days, man. I usually got to get up around 4:35 in the morning on Wednesdays.
Yeah, no, I know, man. But no, it's good seeing you, man. Thanks for popping in, man. Appreciate it.
Send me a fucking link next time, you dick. So I'm not link begging on the download.
The one night John can come on, he's like, Eric, I didn't get a link.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Yeah. John, have you played? John, have you played Cuphead? Did you get it for the PC?
No. There are so many fucking games that I just don't have time.
Yeah. You know what's crazy is I heard that Cuphead is having issues with downloading from the Windows Store.
Yes, I did see that as well. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, people talking about losing progress and yeah, not good.
No, not good at all.
What do you do when you lose progress in Cuphead?
Oh shit!
Man,
That's it.
Somebody's throat, man.
You know,
Imagine getting to the dice dude and losing everything. Yeah, I think that'd get deleted real quick.
Yeah. I'm writing a strongly worded letter.
Got caught out there like that too.
Yeah, I heard, man.
I mean,
I felt for him on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's John. It's challenging, man. It's definitely a challenging game.
I'm playing Persona 5. I've got like 70 hours in the game. I'm finally jumping back in after 3 months because my backlog is cleared. And I'm playing it right now, and the protagonist is like, he's like hanging out with Ryuji just alone in the bar, and Ryuji says, without any context, I'm not giving you any context, he says, "Holy crap, I want this in my mouth now."
That sounds like Persona 5.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. How many hours are you in? 75?
70.
Good game though, man. I put about 126 hours. Good game. Enjoyed it.
Yeah, I am trying to blast my so much. Like I stopped playing it because oh god, what came out? Something else came out, and now I'm trying to blast my way through this before the Evil Within 2 next week. So October is fucking insane.
Oh yeah, October's crazy. I call it Broketober because it's so many games coming out.
Man, it's been crazy since August, man.
It has.
I told y'all August kicked it off, man. August.
I hope everybody picked up the best Ubisoft game this year in August. Mario plus Rabbids Battle Kingdom.
That's another one. That's another one I gotta grab, man.
I haven't played that.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
Oh, that's amazing.
It's phenomenal.
Yeah.
Is it really?
Oh yeah, that's great. If you're a fan of XCOM and like those tactical games with the Mario flavor to it, and it's actually a more, like me and Attic were talking about it, it's a more aggressive XCOM. Like,
and it's actually super challenging too.
And hard, yeah, it's really good. People, you need to check that game out for the Switch, man. It's really good.
I'm definitely gonna pick it up, man.
It's also got one of the coolest last bosses I've seen in years.
Oh no,
it is, but
That's just
cool.
There's too many games, John. There's too many games.
What I want is Davide Soliani, who directed the game, to make a new Super Mario RPG using those assets.
That'll be fire. Yeah,
that's what I want. Yep.
All right. So, are we done with Cuphead? Anyone else got anything else they want to say about it?
I mean, I'm not done with Cuphead. I'm going to be done talking about Cuphead.
Well, you're almost done with the game, though, right? I mean, you said
I'm about
3 more bosses left, or?
I'm about like maybe 8 hours in, and then I got another 5 with 2 more bosses.
I just want to warn everybody: do not drink coffee while you play Cuphead.
What's up? Speaking of that, Kid Smooth in the chat.
Kid Smooth, what up? Is Kid Smooth in the chat?
He's in the chat right now. What up,
I hit him up for a retweet.
What's up, Kid Smooth? Kid, is your mouth okay, man? I saw that. I was concerning, man.
He's got a bandage around his face right now.
That's terrible. Oh my goodness. Yeah, kid, I saw that. I was like, is he joking? What's going on? Apparently that happened. So, but good to see you in the live chat, kid. Thank you for coming through. All right. So Andrew House is stepping down at CEO of Sony Interactive Entertainment.
Yeah, it's because
No,
it's
it's not
writing on the wall. Because the fucking Xbox One X, baby. It should come. Or you know what? You know what? Send that shit to Hades.
Well, you know what would be funny if he ended up joining Microsoft?
That would be pretty funny.
I love that actually. That would be.
What if they do Phil Spencer's the head of gaming and they do give another person the head of Xbox and Andrew becomes head of Xbox?
That's hilarious.
I mean, this is actually a promotion for him. He is now going to be the head of Sony Interactive Studios, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this.
Yeah.
I mean, this is a big deal for him. You know. That's good stuff.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, let's face it. Andrew did a great job. He was kind of, in some ways, handed a kind of a shit. I don't want to say shit sandwich, but coming off the PS3 and the whole you'll get a second job stuff and some of the challenges they had last console gen.
Was he the one who said go get a second job?
No, that was Ken Kutaragi.
Oh,
Yeah.
so that was pretty much the Don Matrick of that era.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he was the Don Matrick of that era. That what was it? What was the original price? $5.99, $6.99? I don't remember.
$5.99, which was.
At the time, thinking about $5.99, that was fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were on some other shit at that point.
It's feeling themselves. It's definitely feeling it's true.
Like, you get a second job. I was like, no.
The question is, are they filling themselves enough this generation to try that something similar next generation?
Oh, I'm sure somebody will get it. Somebody will get arrogant. They always do.
Sony, yeah. So, if they come out with a $5.99 console again, I'd be like, oh my god.
I don't think you're ever going to see that happen again.
They're gonna be like, we got a console for you. It's called the PS4 if you don't want it.
It'd be like the same exact script. Same picture, the same pose as Don Matrick.
We got a console for you. It's called the Vita 2.
Savage.
It's a legacy console.
It's a legacy console.
Who wants to bet that the PS5 is going to be the PS Vita 2 and it's going to act just like the Switch?
Oh man.
Crazy.
That would be crazy.
I'm not actually predicting that anyway. By the way, somebody's just going to go, "Oh, you." Fucking
It's your hot. Someone's gonna tweet that out, John. Oh, look what this pony just tweeted.
this fucking this Sony pony or this Nintendo.
People still use the word pony.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
The ponies. Yeah. Okay, dude.
Yeah.
I don't have to name any names. You know exactly who says that shit.
Yeah. I just want so John, you beat me to the kind of the punch here. He's not leaving because he's afraid of the Xbox One X.
He's afraid. He's afraid of the Xbox One X. He fears the Xbox One X.
Someone actually said that. I'm like,
yeah, I think I saw one of those. I was like, what?
Yeah, you know who said it. But yeah, he's afraid of that shit, man. This is the end for PlayStation. Yeah. This is going to derail. This is going to derail the whole thing. And honestly, I want to live in a world where this actually is the end of the PlayStation and the Xbox. Like the nuclear blast just annihilates them both, and Nintendo picks up the fucking scraps.
There you go.
Imagine Nintendo fighting for like all the leftovers of PlayStation and Xbox. They had like a giant war. Once this last bullet is shot, okay, I'm gonna run over here and grab Halo. You guys try to find God of War and Last of Us.
There you go.
Nintendo's playing like Palpatine, playing both sides off of each other.
yeah,
They're selling
Watch the
both
phone.
sides.
to the dark side.
Did you hear what they said about your mother?
Next Nintendo press, GOW comes up. They have like Gears of War. I'm like, I'm done.
Now I've got this now I've got this image of Palpatine his throne with like an Xbox controller instead of a lightsaber phone, and he says, "You want this?
Strike me down."
Because you know it can make yourself more my Xbox.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, so Yeah, so that's so yeah, he kind of I guess was handed a shit sandwich and kind of ready the ship over at PlayStation. So I didn't know he was there for like 20 something years. He was there for a long time.
Long time, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helped launch the original PlayStation. That's crazy. I think about like the original PlayStation. This is how old I'm getting. Like I remember that I was shit. I was 18, I think, when when Sony launched the PlayStation 1.
God damn, you're old.
Yeah, I'm old. Yeah, I'm old.
Yeah.
I mean, for those who remember, I mean, everyone was kind of laughing at Sony. You know what's funny is like everyone's like, "Oh, media bias," and blah blah blah. I mean, media was hard on Sony. They were like, "There's no way this PlayStation is going to be successful."
It's the media bias because they don't like American systems. It's all about the Japanese.
Oh my goodness! So, yeah, I'm just dating myself. But I remember that like they didn't get any love.
Yeah.
They didn't get any love.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right. Because at that time, they were initially supposed to partner up with Nintendo, right?
Yeah.
Or a CD-based system, and then I guess that fell through, and then that's how the PlayStation kind of came about after that.
Nintendo
yeah. So at that time, it was kind of unheard of, like Sony jumping into gaming. Like, what's this? That kind of did.
Yeah,
because that was like a whole
Someone-
fanboy thing too. Them being
Someone said if Nintendo takes over, we'll be all chatting with cans and strings.
That'll be the new online system right there.
Oh my
You got to talk to your phone provider. It's like, do you want the Nintendo can?
send me money a Raven.
A Raven, I'm done.
I want to play Mortal Kombat. I want to play Mario Kart 8.
Imagine trying to contact with the rain. It's like
Your download will arrive in 3 days as the crow.
Imagine trying to communicate through a raven. It's like you're right. You're right. Pop put it in the raven. It's like, why didn't you shoot the cop? The raven's not here yet.
Savage.
I never got your Raven.
The Raven is lagging.
You're a savage, man. You're a savage, bro. Man said they got ravens out there.
Oh my god, that's hilarious.
Grandpa Nintendo, man.
You know what? We always talk about it. Nintendo does some great stuff, and then you're like, "What the fuck?"
And in the process, they get zero fucks.
I've gotten to the point when they do dumb shit. I'm like, well, they were due.
They were due.
So,
Every time.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Hey, you guys. So, one other thing I want to talk about. Did you guys see the tweet for Fortnite? 7 million players.
That's good shit, and it's fun too.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. Now, I haven't played it. I haven't played the battle royale on Fortnite. Have you guys played it?
I played a little bit of it. Not a tremendous amount, but it was fun.
I have not yet.
It was actually,
I played it.
Yeah.
I don't have the comparison to that in PUBG.
I played it with Kid Smooth actually.
What'd you think of it?
It made me not really look forward to PUBG anymore.
Wow.
Wow. Why is that? What
Wow.
It's just I got that, it's cool, but at the end of the day, it's like, look, like, do I really am I really wanting to play like a battle royale with 100 people, spend 40 minutes of my time to get sniped from halfway across the map and have to restart? I'm like, nah, fam, I'm good.
Still kind of cooled you off on the battle royale thing?
Yes.
Yeah. I could see that.
See what it's about.
I could see that. I could see people kind of being turned off by that. John, you've actually played PUBG, right?
For the 5 minutes I actually got to work on my computer. Yeah.
You didn't like it?
I mean, it's whatever. It's I don't really. I mean, it runs so shittily that I really don't have much of an opinion on it. So I don't know. There's been a lot of hyperbole about what I think either of these games are going to do, like Fortnite or PUBG. Some people are saying, "Oh, Fortnite's going to kill PUBG," like, no, it's not. And some people are saying, "Oh, PUBG is a huge fucking get for Microsoft," and I'm like, no, it's not. And people think I'm crazy when I say that, but PUBG has already sold 10 million copies?
2 million, yeah.
PC. It's already sold 10 million copies. And the average amount of people who play games have an average of 2 consoles in their home. That's a statistic. Now, whether or not you want to say that's PS4 and PC, or PS4 and Nintendo Switch, or Xbox and PS4.
Hey, why can't it be N64 and the Super Nintendo? Why's that got to be them two?
hey, you know what, you know, whatever jerks you off, man.
Mhm.
And
Hey, that was a little bit too much.
you don't know me that well.
The family show, John. John, this is a family show.
But you know, like I think it'll sell fine on Xbox, but I don't think anybody's gonna run out and buy an Xbox One for it. Not for PUBG. So I don't know. I did hear the rumor that that it's going to be a timed exclusive for longer, due to Microsoft doing some deals, which I highly disapprove of, and but I mean, you guys, or at least Enrique and D-Money and Eric, you guys know my stance on third-party exclusivity.
Yeah.
Console, I'm not a fan.
Mhm.
And I think it's just as shitty what Bungie does with Destiny and PS4. I think that's garbage. And I love the fact that they released Destiny 1 content for Xbox.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, what kind of
Like, what the fuck?
So disrespectful.
for real, man?
Like, are you fucking kidding me with this?
Mhm.
It's like
Jeez.
it's like pissing in somebody's eye. Like, what the fuck are you doing? But yeah, I don't know. I don't think PUBG is going to be the monster on Xbox One. I'm sure it'll do well, but I don't think it's going to sell consoles.
Yeah. So, John, to your point about the rumors about it being maybe a timed exclusive content on the platform much longer, or the Xbox platform much longer than initially thought. That was actually, there's an article about that, I think, on Bloomberg, or at least I read it on Bloomberg. Some inside sources apparently were saying that, but also that Sony was already in talks with them, which I don't think anyone's really surprised that that PUBG would not. I don't think anyone's surprised that it would be on PlayStation 4 at some point, just given how big that install base is. But but I don't know. Like, I'm kind of like on the fence. Like, I don't necessarily think it's going to be like this huge system seller either. What do you guys think?
I think it potentially. I think it could sell a lot of units.
Oh no! I think you're misunderstanding me. I think it's going to sell. I think it's going to sell great. I think it'll sell fine, but I don't think it's going to sell Xboxes. Is what I'm saying. I don't think anybody's going to go out and say.
I don't know. I see people building PCs just to do this on, just to play it on PC.
I don't know.
Well, it's definitely a phenomenon on PC right now.
No, sure, it's a phenomenon on PC, but I mean, people who are buying PCs, or people who are building PCs to play PUBG, I mean, after they've built their PC, are they going to go out and buy an Xbox One to play the same game?
No,
most
but
likely
we're
not,
talking the whole
definitely, yeah.
consumer base, not
I'm
just
just talking about for the
people that did
console
that.
market. Yeah, I think again because they haven't been exposed to it yet. If it's one of those things that kind of catches like wildfire and people really start getting addicted to it, I mean, it's potential. I don't know if it's going to have the same effect like it has on PC.
I think they're really aiming for the console market. They're not aiming for the PC market.
Which means they're aiming for the casual market.
Right.
I mean, if they're aiming for the man. Well, I mean, well, okay, all right. Well, let me clarify that.
Which explains why they probably freaked out with the Fortnite stuff.
I don't blame them. I mean, I'm sure that you know, Bluehole is freaking out a little bit because I mean, 7 million is nothing to fucking sneeze at, and I am sure that they want to get that thing on consoles as quickly as fucking possible, which is why I believe that they probably will not take whatever deal Microsoft is trying to give them, simply because they're going to want it. They're going to want this in as many people's hands as possible. At least that's good business to me. I wouldn't take the deal. I'd be like, no, I mean, and neuter our user base on consoles. I don't think so.
That's a valid point because, you know, obviously with the announcement of not being on PS4, if they're trying to negotiate for it, you know, that's a huge install base lost, right? So at the end of the day, it's like, okay, how much is Microsoft going to have to back the truck up for that? And would it even be financially beneficial for Bluehole to do it? So that's the other question, right? And I do think that they are trying to rush to get it on console because of Fortnite, though. From the ethics standpoint, I think they're a little nervous.
Oh, they need to.
With the Fortnite situation.
But I mean, what it comes
to I mentioned that yesterday in the DM that we have, and I was talking about, you know, how Fortnite, you know, with the 7 million players now and them creeping up on the 10 million that, you know, that PUBG has, it's like, you know, that opened up their eyes. So now they're paying attention. They want to get their game on consoles as quickly as possible.
Absolutely.
That's why you hear the talks about them talking to Sony, because if they wait much longer and people get their feel of, you know, whatever Fortnite provides. By the time it gets to PS4, they're just like, fuck it. You know what I mean? Why would I spend $30 when I played this game for free?
Well, I mean,
6 months ago.
I'm in that boat. I mean, I've got Fortnite now, and I'm not paying anything for it. Why would I pay for PUBG?
Exactly. That's a good point. Good point. That's
Especially
why,
when they're using especially when the Epic is using the terminology, not exact word for word, but they're using terminology like PUBG, stuff like that, and that's gonna connect that game to PUBG. When PUBG comes out on Xbox, they're like, well, they said it's like PUBG. So if I'm playing this, why do I need PUBG?
Right.
Good point.
Now is this a potential problem for Microsoft also, because they're helping to pay like to publish it and help produce it and everything else, right?
I don't think it's going to be that big of a problem.
Now, what happens if we're looking at this from a different perspective, and Microsoft is able to use Fortnite to strong arm Blue into doing the deal because they're going to offer to help quicker and more efficiently bring it out for the console because they want it on the console as fast as possible.
Yeah, I mean they could definitely use that angle, towards Bluehole, but I don't know if that would be a smart angle to go with. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's best to go to some of the market than to go too late to none of the market.
Yeah, I mean, you could try that route, but you also got to understand that like Bluehole is a smaller company, especially when you compare it to Epic. You know what I mean? Like Epic has been doing shooters. You know what I mean? Since
that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about PUBG. Especially them being a smaller company, they might think that they have to make some kind of deal with Microsoft to compete with someone like Epic.
Yeah, I mean they might have to make the deal, but I wouldn't do it too early. You know what I mean? I would want the game to come out in its best existence possible, and not because I mean the game is coming out early access as it is, so you still got to go through all those bumps in the road before it's a full game. You know what I mean? So
these are good points. Yeah, these are good points. Lord Kai in the chat, he said, PUBG is a simulation style. Regardless of Fortnite coming out first, runs the risk of casuals thinking that PUBG is the copycat, and that's what I'm concerned about. More so, again, the casuals don't know PUBG. It's on console, on PC they know about it. But if Fortnite starts to really gain traction, that puts a lot of pressure on PUBG.
Yeah,
especially
on the console side. Somebody mentioned free to play too. I mean, that's
yeah.
I mean, don't even know. I mean, that's if I'm not sure about PUBG or Fortnite, one's free to play, and my friends have tried the free to play, or I'm someone
interested. The PUBG comes out broken.
Yeah. Exactly, because it's coming out in game preview first, right? It's not even.
It's also. I mean, it's on PC and it is horribly, horribly optimized.
Yeah, that's what I heard. Yep, John, that's exactly right.
The optimization on PUBG is fucking terrible.
For some reason, I feel like that's going to be remedied on the Xbox version.
That would surprise me.
But I kind of fall in that same camp that John does. It's like I haven't had much interest in PUBG, in playing that. But then Fortnite being free to play, like what the hell did I have to lose to try it? And then maybe that ropes me in.
That was kind of my point. I don't I've heard about PUBG. I've seen the gameplay, like the streaming, like people stream it live. It's not something that I would that I'm itching to play.
Right.
But I would definitely be more open to trying something free. Like that,
but right? Free.
Right. But you look at you read the tea leaves, the hands have been shown. I mean, you have, people freaking out, kind of showing their hand fast, and then immediately they're talking about the PS4 thing, and now Microsoft, the rumor is like they're trying to counter and get it extended, exclusivity. So everybody's kind of showing their poker hand. So it's kind of interesting.
Their Cobra hand. I'm just trying to figure out the allure of PUBG, how it got so big.
I think it's just one of those. It was. I mean, here's the thing, right? Like I played a little bit of it, but I've watched it extensively, and I've talked to people who have played it. It's an okay game. It's not a very well made game. It's not. It runs like shit. It looks like shit, and it.
Shots fired. Positive PUBG, John.
I mean, it does. Can anybody look at PUBG and put it next to, say, for example, Quantum Break, or Halo 5 or Horizon, and say, God damn, this game looks good? You're like, no, you can't. Like, I mean, honestly, I can't put PUBG next to Ride to Hell Retribution and say, damn, this game looks good, because it's an ugly fucking game. But it doesn't. But here's the thing: it doesn't have to look good, or play good, or even fucking run good to be fun.
Exactly.
None of those things are a requisite for fun. So I would argue that it is the most successful 6 out of 10 ever. It may be the most fun, enjoyable 6 out of 10 ever. But just because the game is fun and enjoyable, it doesn't mean that it's a fucking fantastic game. It's because it's not. It's really not. It's not a good game. I think it came along at the right. I think it was in the right place at the right time. And you can fucking, you know what? I get it. There is a certain appeal behind being a man in your underwear, getting in a car, driving across a map, running into a building, and capping a guy in the head. Like, okay, I get it. That's fun. I think it's a snowball effect, Enrique. I think it is a core group of people said, "Oh, this is a really dumbass good time," and snowballs roll downhill, and the longer they roll, the bigger they get. And I think this is just one of those things. And now Battle Royale is the shit. I look forward to Destiny 2's Battle Royale mode next year. Dude, this is the floodgates have opened. This is the first.
Yeah, this is a copycat league. There's no doubt. That's the move now.
Not just PUBG. Now that Fortnite, because now it's not just PUBG. It's not a flash in the pan saying, "Oh, it was a fluke." It's not PUBG itself. It's the Battle Royale mode. Yes. Fortnite now has 7 million players, and people and developers are going to sit up and take notice and say, "Holy fucking shit, we need to start picking away this gold mine ourselves." And you're going to start to see it is going to be the new loot boxes. It's going to be the new fucking Battle Royale is going to be fucking everywhere.
I agree.
Super Mario Odyssey Battle Royale.
And I don't think to be honest with you, I don't think it's a fucking great thing.
Well, it's
I think the allure of the whole Battle Royale is just, we've become a leaderboard driven community. Everybody wants to be the guy on the top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So when it's 1 versus 99, I'm trying to be number 1. And that's the allure of it. And that's why so many people are attracted to the game, because everybody feels like they're the best. So
yeah, that's a good point.
Well, I guess I'm getting old.
You know what? Everything I said about PUBG applies to Fortnite too. It's not a great game. It's a lot of fun, but it runs better than PUBG does for sure. But it still looks very basic. It doesn't even have vehicles it doesn't have a lot of the core fundamentals that PUBG did.
Can you run around your underwear? That's what I want to.
No, you can't.
That's a no-go for me. Yeah.
So in some weird way, they're kind of like it's almost like they're beta testing this free-to-play version of it, right?
Oh no, that's exactly.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Yeah. So that's another thing for Bluehole to freak out about. It's like that's just giving them every day, just gives them more and more time to build a community. And
it's a good point.
Again, that free 90 free speaks volumes, man.
Free.
Yeah.
So, John, I think you're right, John. I think we're gonna see a fucking Destiny Battle Royale, man. We're laughing about it now. Watch 6 months from now, or at E3 2018.
We're gonna call it Battle of the Classes, Warlock, Titans, and Hunters all be dropped off, and whatever class lives.
Please be excited. I'm telling you right now, fall 2018. Please be excited for Final Fantasy 15 Battle Royale.
Jesus.
I mean, we kind of had Destiny kart racing like last time, right?
Yeah, you're right.
With the sparrows.
That's right.
So I mean,
yeah,
I can absolutely see a battle royale system coming to Destiny.
The Division's getting one.
Yeah, I can see that.
That's depressing.
People still playing it?
Yeah, people still playing it.
Yeah, people still play it.
Wow.
I'm surprised, but people are still playing it.
I think that's like the only game I deleted off my Xbox One. I was like, you don't even have hard drive space anymore, player.
Yeah, I was day one. Like, oh, it's so cool to run in the snow. Listen,
Destiny's in trouble.
Yeah,
Destiny killer. That was it.
Yeah,
it's New York setting.
So somebody in chat do a barrel roll 1983 says John spits as much nonsense as Crazy Juan. They should get a room. Fortnite is fantastic. That's what I fucking said, dumbass.
So
I might spit some fucking nonsense, but you apparently need fucking oral surgery because you're obviously deaf. I said Fortnite is a fun game. It's great. It's fine. But yeah. Guess what? I hate to break it to you, but it's rudimentary and simplistic. The third person shooting is rote and unintuitive and clunky. That's what it is. You can't even pick what fucking character you are. It's random. It's randomly generated. So yeah, I mean, and this game could run on this game. It looks like it has Team Fortress 2 visuals, which were fine in 2004.
Team Fortress is fun.
Team Fortress is fun, and it's a better fucking game than Fortnite is. But you know. It is what it is. People get so fucking defensive over their video games. I love it.
Yeah, I just want to say, Joe, I would never compare you to that person he mentioned. Just wouldn't do it.
No.
Yeah. John, you're acting tough too, by the way. Hey, do a barrel.
I'm edgy as fuck, boys.
Yeah. So do a barrel. It's cool if you want to come to live chat and chat with us, man. But
no. Let me say he wants to do a fucking barrel roll on out of here, dude.
Savage.
Oh my god.
So someone in Hardcore Metal, it says Ghost Recon Wildlands is doing a battle royal system too? Question mark. Have you guys heard that?
No, they're doing their PvP. They haven't announced a battle royale. I wouldn't be surprised if they did though. They have actually the perfect setting to do it.
It's about to be like Oprah. You get a battle royale.
Everybody get a battle royale.
Everybody gets humpback whales. Yeah.
Oh man, that's gonna be a Jeopardy question soon. For real.
Speaking of, someone mentioned loot crates. Speaking of microtransactions,
that was me. Yep, that was me who mentioned.
That was you, John. Have you guys? So what's up with Forza 7? So I've heard, like, I read an article today about the microtransactions potentially ruining the game.
No, they're not going to ruin. See, here's the thing, dude. They're not going to ruin the game, and everybody's upset about microtransactions. Like, oh, they're in Forza now. I mean, you've got fucking loot boxes in Middle Earth: Shadow of War. I mean, you know, this is the reality that we live in now. Mm-hmm. They're there because they sell, and as long as they're not locking anything behind paywalls that is essential to the core experience, I don't really get the problem.
Yeah, as long as they don't lock content behind it.
Yeah, nobody's forcing you to do it.
I mean, you have some popular like mobile games like that lock content behind paywalls, and people. That doesn't stop them from sending me Candy Crush invitations all the time. You know what I'm saying? But when it comes to the console space or the PC game, everyone's like they're like flipping out. I'm like, as long as they don't lock the content behind it and you can still access it by just playing the game. Yeah, this John said, it's the reality.
No, I understand what you're saying. I mean, I'm not a Forza guy by any means like that, hardcore. I'm more of a Horizon guy, but the understanding that I've got when reading this stuff was that, I guess, what is it? The VIP people used to have like some kind of
unlimited credits.
Yeah. Right? So the way it was announced, you know, like if you, I guess, pre-order or get the VIP version first, you know, they were under the assumption that they would continue to get what they've always gotten. And then when it was actually released, they didn't get that credit thing that they thought they were going to get. And then I think the way Forza works is if you take off like driving assist and stuff like that, you would get more credits and stuff like that. So the anger is more that they've changed the system.
Yeah, they changed the accrual system for the credit.
Yeah, without kind of telling the community. So that part I understand why people have their feelings about.
Right.
But I do understand that everything still can be grinded in game. And then I saw somebody on Twitter who's like a hardcore Forza guy, and he told me there's still other ways that they're throwing like free credits out to you that people are not talking about. So
honestly, I think a lot of this is anger for the sake of anger. To be perfectly honest with you, it's something for people to get angry about because, as you can see in chat, that's what people do best on the internet is they get angry about stupid shit. And you know, I just, you know, for me, honestly, I mean, look, the game has got what, like a fucking 93 on Metacritic. I mean, it's like
Yeah.
one of the highest rated games this generation.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
So I don't. Yeah, I mean, I think people just need to chill out, eat some fruit, get some sugar in your system, calm down, and
Some sugar in your system,
and just relax. Like just I mean, unless you've got a shitload of fucking money burning a hole in your pocket, you feel super compelled to do it. I have seen. I mean, I haven't played Forza 7, and I've never played a Forza game because I don't own. I mean, I owned an Xbox 360, but I don't own an Xbox One. But from what I've heard, they're great racing games, and I have seen nothing about this new Forza that says otherwise. So just if you want the game, just buy it and enjoy it.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to vote with your wallet, and if you don't, you disagree with the practice or whatever, then don't do it. You're not compelled to do it. No one's got a gun in your head to do it. So I get it. It's just one of those things that whenever there's any type of monetization, people are going to flip out all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's crazy because I was like seeing people like say that it's like a $60 free to play game, and I'm like, what? Like that's some of the stuff.
Like that's a real stretch.
Yeah, I mean that's some of the stuff and that's what I wanted to talk about. I mean, I read that article. I think even the article I read was kind of vague. I think John and Cognito, what you guys were saying, you guys gave me more insight than the article that I actually read, which is a damn shame. But yeah, that's why I wanted to talk about it because it made it sound like it was this free to play game. You pay $60, but you got to pay an additional 100, whatever, or 80, whatever the case is, to get everything else. And that's always a concern of mine when I think about microtransactions to the future, what that means for the future of gaming.
Yeah, I think what the people are like angered by it because like when they change the accrual system, there's tiers, for when you purchase cars and Forza.
Yeah.
So like when they changed it in 7, what I mean, when you're not getting those credits to advance in the tiers, like certain cars are locked behind tiers. So if you're like in a tier 2, you can't buy like a tier 4 car. So like if a BMW M3 is like a tier 4 car,
okay,
you can't buy that car like you could in the past.
Right.
You have to access those tiers. So that's where people are like, yo, it's gonna take me forever to get to the car I wanted. When in the past I could, once I get the credits, I just buy whatever I wanted. So that's where the anger is stemming from for the microtransactions. People are saying it feels like a free to play game. It's like, yeah, they paid their $60 and all the stuff that they would normally do in all the past Forza games doesn't apply to this game.
I also think, though, honestly, I mean, there are hills to die on, and then there are hills to die on. I don't think this is either one because people can protest, and we can sit here on this podcast and say all day, hey, vote for, if you don't like microtransactions, vote with your wallet. Vote with your wallet. And maybe the game won't sell. And we'll show those fucking those fucking devs, those lazy devs that they can't fucking foist their bullshit on us. But here's the thing. It's not going to do anything because the rest of the fucking gaming world is going to buy Forza. Shadow of War, I don't care if it has loot boxes or not. It's going to sell millions of copies. It's a sequel to a fucking acclaimed game. It's gonna sell a lot. That's why they introduced the model in Destiny 2. Because the shit sells. It sells. People buy microtransactions. It is proven. If people didn't buy it in droves, they wouldn't be there. So I personally think it's a waste of time to protest against this because I recognize when I'm able to change something or when I'm able to take a stance in the gaming community for some kind of a positive change that I think that I can affect if I inspire others. And this, I just don't. I mean, I think this is the new normal going forward, for better or for worse. I think everybody's just gonna have to learn to live with it. You guys are welcome to disagree, but that's
I think you got a valid point. I just think that at the end of the day, I kind of see what again, I'm not a Forza guy, so it's kind of hard for me to kind of go in on this, but I do understand like when a system is in place for progression and it is fundamentally completely changed and then somewhat monetized, people are gonna get pissed off. Like they want that Bugatti. If they can't get the Bugatti at level 2 or whatever it is, they're gonna be in their feelings about it. Like they're gonna be really upset. So I understand, but to your point, John, which is the overall end game, people say all that. they still buy the game. They still pay the microtransactions.
Exactly.
They still do all that. So I get it. You know, I totally get it from the business standpoint.
Remember, like you saw, like briefly, like rumblings around Forza Horizon 3, where people were buying the Ultimate Edition, but then they thought it included like all the expansions and stuff like that. And it's like, nah, that's basically you're giving that extra dough to get it those few days early.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I know there are some people who kind of they not as loud as what this is going on in the last few days, but there are people who weren't happy about that. And so, like again, you got to speak with your wallet. You know, they keep doing the Ultimate Editions. People keep buying them. I don't think they're worth it, to be honest with you. But you know,
don't put you right. That's
they hit us with that Gears finesse, man.
Yeah.
Early for the 99, and then I open up all the packs. I'm like, yo, where's my characters at?
Right.
You don't get no characters.
Well,
you get to play for 4 days early.
I just saw what Eric said in chat. Eric, I love the Coming to America quote. That was good.
Oh, chicken started it again.
Damn, that boy can sing.
He good. He wasn't crazy.
Good. Terrible.
Good, terrible.
So I says to the waiter, "Where's the spoon?" Oh, what a!
Oh man!
One of those movies that, like, every time it comes on TV, it doesn't matter what part it's on or what you're doing. You just have to watch the rest of the thing.
Yeah, you gotta watch coming. I heard they're coming out with a sequel too.
Are they?
No, please, no.
Yeah, part of me is like, why? Don't touch the classic. Leave it alone.
Oh, speaking of movies, did you guys hear about who they are trying to get to play Sully in the Uncharted movie?
Yes, I did see that. I forget his name now, but yes.
Bryan Cranston.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
He kind of looks like Sully a little bit, somewhat.
Yeah,
a little bit.
I think that could be really fantastic. I would rather them not do an Uncharted movie at all because these movies always end up fucking terrible. But if they're gonna do it, I mean, Bryan Cranston's he's the right guy. I mean, he fucking looks like Sully. So
yeah, he does. Like with short hair, he looks like Sully.
Yeah, I think that'd be a good pick.
Yeah, great at Breaking Bad.
I still say Cranston should have been Lex Luthor and BVS, but hey, that's another podcast.
My pick would have been Joaquin Phoenix. Actually, he was originally in talks for it.
For what? For Lex Luthor?
No, I think you said Lex Luger.
Yeah, I did say Lex Luger.
Yeah, a bowl of grape nuts would have been better than Jesse Eisenberg, man.
Oh, I got terrible.
Yeah, Eisenberg was fine.
I appreciate the invite, but I got to get ready for work.
Yeah, me too.
All right, bro.
All right, Gamer. And you guys got to head out.
Yeah, I got like the 10, 15 minutes now.
I've actually got to head out too soon, man. But that's everybody's dropping from the podcast.
Go back and like, damn, I gotta work.
But it's just another. It's just another Wednesday night for me, man.
Once again, adult life.
Yeah, adult life.
I know.
Fun.
Life getting in the way of our gaming.
That's the reason why I haven't done the Nightfall yet.
Yeah. It's like I gotta go to bed, man. Shit.
I know. Eric's like, come on, man, just stay on a little longer. I'm like, I gotta go to bed.
I just got here. But I got it, man. I get it, bro. It's like,
yeah.
Call you gotta crash, bro.
So, Enrique, before I leave, do you need an impression?
Yeah, real quick. Gamer, since you got to bounce, man. Thank you again, man, for hopping on, man. I know we tried to get you on before. Gamer. So appreciate having you on, man. We got to get you back on again.
Yes, sir.
I guess he left. Did he leave?
Yeah, he had to go. He got
okay.
Almost the same schedule as me.
Okay, I'm on the chat right now, so I didn't see him. Okay,
it's all good.
Yeah. So John, if you want to do a quick impression,
what do you want?
Oh man, what can we wait? I like that Pyre voice, man.
I gotta do the.
You know what? You sound like the guy from kind of like the guys for the Destiny guy from also from the Trials from Destiny 1.
A little bit, yeah, a little bit.
Little Shacks.
No, not Little Shacks. The Trials of the.
What was it? Was it Trials of Osiris or Trials of the Nine?
No, Trials of Osiris.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of sounds like that.
I don't know. What do you want to hear?
Let's see. Let's throw this out to live chat.
You haven't,
everyone in live chat.
You haven't had you walking in a while.
Yeah, do walking.
Do walking?
Yeah.
Well, it could be like, apparently I've been exposed in chat as some kind of a big personality who doesn't know what he's talking about. Well, you know, I just don't care. And you may ask yourself, why, John, don't you care? Well, my friend, I'll tell you. I've got a big dick. And when your dick is as big as mine, well, you just don't have that many problems.
Oh my God.
This boy is a savage.
He always take it to another level, man.
Yeah, man. This is new. This is new to me. So I got my problem. I got to watch the show right here.
This is actually tame for me.
John,
Oh, this is light. Oh wow, this is light. We got to get on.
Hey,
Wow.
Enrique, did I ever do my Don Corleone?
yes, you done it, but you haven't done it in a while.
I haven't done that in a while. Yeah, you guys, I'll do my Don Corleone before I leave. It'll be like, barrel roll. If you come to me in friendship, the matter that is near not on me suffering this very day. Your enemies become my enemies, and then they will fear you. And one day, this day may never come, when I ask you to do a small service for me. But until the day comes, consider this just as a gift on the day I finish your house's promotion.
Oh man. You know what, John? You know what's funny, man? When people, I see it on Twitter all the time. When people try to troll you, man, it's funny.
Well, it's like here's the thing. I know, our friends at the Iron Lord podcast don't really know me all that well, but people on Twitter have this idea that I am this huge Sony fanboy, which is hilarious because I probably criticize Sony more than I do any other company. But Enrique, you remember when Jim Ryan came out with that stupid "we got to look after the kids" bullshit?
Yes,
God.
I remember that.
But people like that guy in chat. I've already forgotten his fucking name. People like that live in an echo chamber of things they want to be true. And I guess if you want something to be true hard enough, or then nothing I say or nothing anybody says is going to convince you otherwise. So I've given up trying to convince people that I'm not some kind of crazy fanboy. It's called cherry picking. People take what they want to hear, and oh well, John, you criticize Xbox all the time. Okay, well maybe you should follow me on Twitter and check out every single time the numerous fucking times I've criticized Sony.
You've called Sony anti-consumer. That they have
They are anti-consumer. They're far more anti-consumer than Microsoft by a long shot. I mean, they started this generation with so much goodwill, and they fucking squandered almost every bit of it. Almost every bit of it gone. And but people don't want to hear that. People don't give a shit about that. And I get it from the Sony fanboys too, which is hilarious. That's the fucking great irony. The Sony fanboys say, John, you're just a huge Nintendo fan, and I'm like, I literally just got done shit talking Nintendo. Like, you literally just missed it.
You cannot win, John. Like, you can't win.
I really fucking can't.
Yeah.
But the best part, like what makes it all worth it for me is just earlier this year actually. We have our own channel, Superform Gamescast, which goes live, of course, every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Sure.
And I had a guy DM me and said, "Hey, do you got a second?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure," because my DMs are open. And he says, "This is on Twitter," and he says, "Hey, I've been listening to this guy named Crap Gamer, and he was warning everybody about the neutrals." And so I asked him. I said. He sent me the tweet. He sent me a screen cap of the tweet. He says somebody asked me. He said I asked him to give me an example of the neutrals, and he says, well, they're everywhere, but this fucking Mr. Megadeth is
they're everywhere.
He said he's the fucking king of the neutrals, and he showed me the tweet. And here's the best part, right? Here's the best part about that. One, Fred, who is Crap Gamer, doesn't believe a word of what he says. He's just don't give. If you're in chat, don't give him fucking clicks. Don't listen to his videos. He's full of shit. He's trying to make money. He makes hundreds of dollars every podcast. He's trying to make money. He doesn't believe a thing. He doesn't believe a word of what he's saying. It's all an act. It's garbage. It's bullshit. Because Crap Gamer and I know the same people, and I'm not gonna mention who that is, but we know the same people. I know your shtick. But the other thing is, like, the great irony is that guy ended up listening to our podcast and fucking loving it, and now he's a subscriber. So thank you, Crap Gamer. Like, you know, like, because I think once people break out of that mindset, and once people start actually thinking for themselves, it's like lifting the blinders off. And they're like, wow, how did I listen to this fucking garbage for so long? You know, so that's, I don't know. That's my, I could talk all fucking night about that shit. But
No,
yeah,
just,
The neutrals are everywhere.
they're everywhere, man. They're fucking everywhere. They're in the, you know, they're out in the backyard.
I don't know why I started thinking of
back.
I started thinking of that show V, where you pull your face off and you're like a reptile underneath.
Yeah.
You know?
It's like that speech. It reminds me of that speech that Morpheus gives to Neo in the first Matrix movie. He says, "The neutrals are everywhere, even now in this very room. Like, you can see them when you turn on your television. You can feel them when you go to work.
yeah.
When you go to church. When you pay your taxes. They are the neutrals that are pulling the wool over your eyes to blind you from the truth."
Oh my goodness.
Box.
That is hilarious.
Yeah,
That is
I just, so if somebody calls you a neutral, here's my advice to anybody in the chat. If somebody calls you a neutral, you're just a normal fucking person. If somebody calls you a neutral,
I love my Kaibatsu. He calls me aggressively neutral gamer.
if somebody calls you a neutral, that just means you are aggressively normal. There is nothing wrong with you at all.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. I used to get called that all the time. I'm like,
Yes,
yeah,
you
you know,
did. Yes, you did.
but you know what? It's like, look, I'm a gamer. I like gaming. So call me a neutral.
That's why I find
rocking with a
people
badge
say,
of honor, man.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, John.
I was just gonna say there was a Crap Gamer video. The last Crap Gamer video I listened to, I don't listen to his videos, but I did listen to one where he talks about beware the neutral gamers. That's the title of the video, is beware the neutral gamers. You can't make this shit up. You can't make this shit up. And he says, and what the fuck did he say? He says the neutrals are the guys who tell you that they just want a game. And I'm like, yes! Yes! How is that? Why is that so fucking hard for anybody to believe?
Right.
I don't get it. It's like, you just want to play games? Bullshit. I see you. Like, no. Like,
They have a preference. They just don't.
Are you fucking kidding me? These people are trying to tell me they just want to play video games. I see through their bullshit. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
John, this is why I have a tremendous amount of respect and appreciation for, you know, what you guys do at SDGC, and what you guys do, Cognito, on the Iron Lords podcast, because, you know, you guys are just gamers. Like, I go to those podcasts, you guys are just talking about gaming.
Much appreciated.
And that's what it's all about. That's what it's all about.
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. Like a lot of it, unfortunately, is just tribalism. You know what I mean? And it's
Exactly.
like
That's it. That's
you
exactly.
can't. It's okay to criticize your home team. Like we all got preferences. You know what I'm saying? It's cool, but it's okay. Like if the home team in your mind, your preference is messing up, it's okay to get at them and say, look, I don't appreciate this. I didn't like that. But I notice in this culture, like I'm getting new to y'all, you know, to the game. And I'm seeing it. It's like it's like taboo. I can't believe you said that against them. Like, no, you're not leading correctly. You don't do this right.
I have a very good friend in the gaming industry. I've got a lot of very good friends in the gaming
Thank you,
industry,
John.
but, right? Yeah, Enrique, you're a really good guy.
Facts.
But no, like a really good friend of mine, Susan Arndt. If anybody's ever heard of her, what the fuck just died?
That was Eric's daughter.
My daughter's running from bedtime.
Oh my lord! But no, my friend Susan Arndt, she used to be the editor-in-chief of Games Radar and Joystick. She has been hounded by that crazy Juan dude, the barrel dude, whatever the fuck his name was in chat. she's been hounded by that crazy Juan guy on Twitter for 2 years because of a Forza review that he didn't feel was.
Oh my god!
And so every day when you wake up in the mirror and you start your routine, and it's you put the toothpaste on the toothbrush and you're brushing your teeth, and you look at yourself in the mirror and you're like, this is all I have, right? Like I wake up and I do the same fucking thing every day, and I go to a job I hate. And I sit there for 8 hours and I slave away for a paycheck, and then I come home and nothing ever changes. I don't want you to lose hope. Tomorrow morning, rather than think that, wake up in the morning and put that toothpaste on your toothbrush and put it in your mouth and brush your teeth and think to yourself, yeah, that may be true, but at least I'm not crazy Juan.
Wow. I don't even know what he's doing. It's just coming in. Like,
I can't because
I'm seeing a lot of shots out here, man. I don't know what's going on.
Loaded, boy.
I'm on the sideline, so no whoever's listening, don't put no diss track against Lord Cognito. I'll approach it.
Really,
I got nothing to do with this.
I can't think of anything worse, anything more depressing than your life your life revolving around waking up in the morning and being upset over video games, or the fact that somebody didn't like something that you do. Like I cannot even fathom having that kind of mindset.
John,
it's depressing.
Because you're normal. And
yeah, I'm a normal. Beware the normals. Beware the normals.
That's what I say. It's funny when people say, you don't think there's media bias? I was like, I don't spend any time thinking about whether there's media bias.
I don't give a shit. Yeah, like, John, the media bias is real. Like, one, no, it's not. But two, even if it was, who fucking cares?
But
who fucking cares?
Because there's nothing anybody can say that can destroy my enjoyment of my consoles or whatever I game on. We can have a debate.
They're always
I think you're, but there's nothing you can do.
They're always shitting on the Xbox. Then get off Twitter. Don't fucking follow these people. Like, I mean, who cares?
But the thing that kills me is like video gaming to me is always been an escape, right? Mm-hmm. And it's supposed to it's video game for me is always giving me like good feelings, right? Like it's kind of like a way to escape from just the stress of life, or maybe I'm in a bad mood or something, and I just want to kind of get away and kind of unplug from the real world and just enjoy gaming, right? And have fun doing that. Unless I'm playing Cuphead and I rage quit, but this is like, that mindset where you're describing, John, people getting upset like that, that's not what gaming's about. Like, it's the complete opposite.
Bro, Enrique, I've said before, if you could pull back the curtain on Twitter, someone who didn't follow any of this, they just a gamer, pull back the curtain.
Hold on real quick, Eric. Shares on the live chat says so does sex.
Nice.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, I was saying, like, if someone kind of like pulled the curtain back and looked in who wasn't really following any of it, they just said, hey, I'm kind of interested in gaming. Let me see what this community is all about. And if they peeked into Twitter, they'd be like, why do any of you do this? Why do any of you enjoy gaming? Because you all seem miserable and mad.
It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing.
It is. It really is. And it's the loudest of them that make it look the worst.
Yeah,
that's a good point. You're
Cognito,
right. That doesn't even represent the majority. You're right.
Absolutely.
Cognito, when I met you guys, man, it was such a breath of fresh air.
Appreciate it, bro.
I mean, I was like, you know what, I gotta, and I remember like B's like, yeah, these are really good guys. They're really cool.
Yeah, absolutely, man.
And I listened to your podcast. I'm like, I gotta get these guys on, because I mean, it was just like, same thing. When John, like, when I met you guys and the guys from SDGC, it was like, it's such a breath of fresh air. Genuinely have an appreciation for games. It wasn't crazy nonsense.
Here's the bottom line. And I'll leave you with this because I really do need to go, because I got to be up at 4:30. But I have said this many times. For all the shit I give people like Crack Gamer and the Mooch. I don't know why you'd call yourself Crap Gamer. Like, I just don't fucking get it. But whatever. I think it is. But all those guys and the guys and because I get a lot of shit from those guys. But if they wanted to come to the table tomorrow and talk it out, I would be more than happy to do that. Because guess what? At the end of the day, no matter how much we hate each other, no matter how stupid or immature or fucking crazy some of us might act, we all share that one piece. We all share that one piece of connective tissue, which is gaming. And guess what? If gaming died tomorrow, we would all fucking lose out just the same.
Mm-hmm.
So, you know, all jokes aside, I can sit here and snipe at people, and we can laugh. But at the end of the day, there should be no PS4 community. There should be no Nintendo community. There should be no Xbox community. There should be a gaming community, and it makes
that's how it once was.
That's how it used to be.
That's
exactly how it used to be. Yeah, me and King were talking.
But those days are gone. That's never going to happen again. And it's unfortunate because if this hobby disappeared tomorrow, we would all lose out. We would all lose just as bad. We'd all lose. So I don't know. Maybe one day we'll all put our fucking swords down, and Crap Gamer and fucking, you know, JTech TV will come together and hug it out.
I got to get y'all on the We Are the World track, man. I'm hearing all this. I got to get y'all together. I don't know what's going on out here in these YouTube streets.
You know, but that's never gonna happen.
I'm gonna collaborate that We Are the World track.
Well, you know, I can also say with certainty that that's never gonna happen. So until it does, I'll just continue to call Crap Gamer a fucker. But anyway, I got to get going, guys. So sorry about having to leave, Enrique. I actually stayed longer than I meant to.
No worries. John, you guys have a guest on tomorrow, right?
We have 2 guests on tomorrow. We have Watt McDodge, who is the hashtag on Twitter. Very well-known guy. He's a very popular writer for sites like Polygon and Kotaku. And then we have Steve Spawn on, who's a good friend of ours. He is the CEO of Able Gamers.
Nice.
Which does a lot of work for disabled gamers. And I just missed meeting him in person at PAX East right after my panel. I ran over to try to meet Steve, but he had to go. But both of them are going to be on next week or tomorrow, and then next week we have the father of Xbox, Seamus Blackley, is going to be on.
Seamus, so, oh wow, that's going to be lit. I got to check that too.
Yeah, that's going to be good.
That's what's up.
Yep. The father of Xbox. I'd like to ask him who the mother is.
Gates.
Or who the husband is, and maybe the Xbox was just like adopted. I don't know. Whatever, it's 2017. But at any rate, guys, I gotta get going. So Enrique, it's always a pleasure, man. Send me a fucking link next time. You never know when I'm gonna drop it.
Yeah.
And,
I'll do that next time.
You bastard! You damn right, I'm gonna call you out. And hey, Iron Lords guys, I don't know your names because I'm an asshole and I wasn't paying attention.
Lord Cognito here, bro.
All right, and cool. And the other guy was
Gaming Addict. Lord Addict.
Okay, cool. I'll make sure I follow you guys on Twitter.
Good guys, John. Really good guys, John.
Yeah, no, it seems like it. I had a good time.
Really good dudes. Yeah, definitely give them a follow.
It was fun. All right, guys. Eric, everybody, take it easy, boys.
All right, John. See you, man.
Yo, I was gonna tell you, man. I gotta say the intros that you throw down on the podcast, bro.
I'll tell you, I've never been introduced like that before, man. So,
bro,
I always warm up the intros of the Lords, man, because they definitely.
I appreciate that, man.
Great show, man.
Really appreciate it, because you know what it is. Like the way I feel it, like how I approached it is like. I feel like the real side of the game, like what you guys are just talking about, like we not appreciated. It's like I don't want to call it crumb side, but there's a certain side of the gaming community that I feel is not appreciated, doesn't get the respect that they need. So like when you come on the Lords, like we're gonna show you that love. We're gonna give you respect. We see what you're doing out here, and you know what I'm saying. Like that's the energy I like. You know what I mean. So we want you to come out, you know, and have a good time and realize like we ain't here for the too much of the drama, but just to celebrate gaming and having some fun, and I know people ain't really doing that. So it's like when Brap comes on, do you want to EJ? I'm getting you on. You're on the list.
What's up, man?
I already got the intro cooking up for you. I just got a Lord title on how I want to introduce you. It's gonna be Lord EJ. You got to give me something epic, something real royal.
No doubt. I'm looking forward to it, bro.
Definitely, man. And just to celebrate, you know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing. Like we want you to be comfortable, have a good time.
That's what we've lost, man. Say that again. That's what we've lost. We've lost the celebration of gaming.
Yeah,
celebration.
Yeah, so many people waddle in like the negative of it, the minutia of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it used to be one community. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, yeah, but this separation, I don't know, this social media separation and this monetization separation is just like, it's ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, like Lord King made a good point. Like when we came up, it was like. I was a Sega kid. He was a Nintendo guy, in the beginning. And like, when I had the Master System, it was like, yo, where you got that? Let me come over your house. Let me check that out. Oh, you got the Super Nintendo. Okay. It wasn't like, oh, you got that. You know what I mean? It wasn't this separate, Like, I'm not messing with you because you got
right, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, the hell with you, bro. I'm blocking you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you neutral.
But but you could go back and forth about who had the better games, why they were better, or that's trash, and then you're like, yo, I'm coming by your spot. I'm gonna check that game out. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
That's exactly how it was. You know, that's how it should be.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Like we were not that we're not gamers, but for gaming for us, it was fun. It was entertainment. And if we didn't have a console and our other friend had like a Master System or a TurboGrafx 16 or whatever the case was, we want to go over there because there was other games that we didn't have the opportunity to play because we didn't own that console, and we would just jump at the opportunity to go over there and play those games.
Exactly.
This is why, like this whole ride or die mentality, I just don't understand it. I'm like, why would you limit yourself to one experience? Like, you know, you have other things in life that you have to limit yourself to, you know? There's certain things, right? But gaming's not one of those things. So why would you limit yourself? Do you only watch one TV show? You know, do you only watch one type of movie?
I think a lot of it too is as these consoles got more expensive, and you know, gamers now have to make a tough decision. Like, you know, there's $500 boxes out here. So now you make that decision, and let's say financially you can only afford one. So what ends up happening is now you end up in this mentality where you're trying to justify your purchase if the other side has something, you know, that either looks good or whatever. Like that's what I'm noticing. I'm noticing people if like in a perfect world, that's what I always notice. If I gave someone the money to go get a PlayStation 4 and an Xbox One, right? They're all good. You got the best of both worlds, whatever. But what happens is a lot of people, I think finances does play a point. They only have the opportunity for one, and then it's like, okay, if the other side is doing good or whatever, like they're trying to ignore, they're trying to downplay because it's like, damn, I can't get that right now. I got it. You know what I'm saying?
right.
That's how I see it on some level. I'm not making that excuse for everything, but I do think a lot of it has to do with that sometimes too.
Yeah. No, I could see that. I could see that for some people that.
Well, it's like, you know, people downplaying. Oh, sorry, I'm going to cut you off.
No, go ahead, man. Go ahead.
You know what I'm saying? People, you know, like, you know, Xbox dudes kind of get like this rap for like downplaying, you know, Japanese games.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's not everybody. There are dudes who rep and who really want it, but then the loudmouths, you know, they're out there with the, you know, those are pedo games, you know, these are whatever.
Don't even get me started on that, man.
Yeah, but then when Phil goes, like, oh, bring him home, Phil, bring him home. It's like, wait a minute.
Wait, I know you've noticed this, B. Like where guys are like, oh, Jap crap, and you know, who wants those rice games, you know, and then Phil goes to Japan. Oh yeah, Phil.
It's crazy too because I think Phil just put out another tweet today.
He did.
And visiting Tokyo, and then like people are like big up in it, like, yo, you know, we gonna get Japanese games. Just like 3 months ago, y'all just clowning everybody who's playing Japanese games. What time is it? You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? You know what I mean? Like, I just don't understand it. You know what I mean? Everybody wants to wave the flag of whichever system they represent, but it's like, come on, at the end of the day, we all gamers. You know what I mean? We all, you know what I mean, plug up our sticks, you know what I mean, put on our headsets. We all get busy. So why can't we just come together instead of, you know what I mean, everybody, you know, green versus blue. You know what I mean?
Exactly, B. And that's the thing. If you're a true gamer, I may not like something, I may not rock with it, but as your gaming brother, I'm happy that it makes you happy.
Thank you. I'm so glad you said that, EJ. That is so huge. So huge. People hate on other communities having fun. Like, I don't understand that. Like, that's a good point.
It's like, like you said earlier, you know, you're not a big Forza motorsport guy. Neither am I. Like, I like Forza. I like arcadey racers. You know what I'm saying? That's kind of more my flow. But seeing people hype for Forza Motorsport 7, I'm like, that's what's up.
Yeah, you're right.
That's for you. This is your week. That's your win.
Exactly. It's, you nailed it. It. I don't understand that anger towards it. You're like, you got to understand there's a group of people that are passionate, that love that genre. It's the same way when I get with Destiny. Y'all know my Twitter feed gonna be Destiny. I tell people like it's about to go down on my Twitter feed. Destiny 2 comes down. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get passionate. I'm gonna sit here making this faction war like it's a real life, you know, thing. Like I'm getting into it, you know. It's just people. There's people who I know that are not into Destiny, and I could tell they feel away. And I'm like, come on, you know, I'm just having fun, man. This is just all about us passionate about this specific community.
Buddy Ingrams.
Right. Yeah, it's crazy, man. You know, I've seen cats, you know, they get upset, like, you know, like if a game's dropping on PlayStation, oh, I can't wait for people to share the same screenshot over and over again. It's like, yo, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, truth be told, if I could share a lot easier from Xbox, I'd be blowing up my spot on that too.
It's crazy, man. I have people actually question me that on Twitter. Oh, I noticed you share more on PS4 than you do Xbox. Why is that?
Oh my god!
Yeah, because there's a dedicated share button right here.
Right, exactly. You know,
it's implemented nicely. Yeah,
right. Which made it easy too. So you know, you can share a lot easier. That's all it is.
Yeah, to be honest. Yeah, I prefer the PS4 share the way they do it, because like the Xbox One, it's like it's a link, right? It's not like integrated into the things. So you got to click a link to actually get to the picture that takes you to a website. Like the PS4 one is way cleaner. Right. I say that for my ex-brothers, though. I don't want no beef.
Well, somebody put me on. They said, you know, you can take the screenshot, go into the Xbox app, you know, and share it on that way. And I've done that a few times. I'm like, still, that's
an extra
cumbersome.
Step.
It's an extra step.
Sometimes I just forget. By the time I'm done playing, I'm like, the moment has passed. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, okay.
Absolutely. And Mike Ibarra even admitted, he was like, look, there's something that we're still working on, because, you know, people are like, hey, why do we got to get this extra step? Why is the link not, you know, why is it embedded? You know, why is it not embedded? You know, what's going on? And they're still working on it. So they're even aware of that.
You think with all the new controllers they put out every week that they could put in a share button?
Shots fired.
But here's the difference with that, though. Being critical on that does not mean that you're hating. And the thing I always say is, you know, when somebody's been at their best and they gave you what you wanted and you started rocking with them, when they kind of fall off, it's like that pedestal, you know, the pedestal breaks or whatever you want to call it.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like you feel like, nah, I need you already give me the good. I need you to get back there.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
But being critical of that doesn't mean that you're shitting on them, doesn't mean that you don't like, you know, it's just like, you know, I'm critical because I rock with you. If I didn't care, I wouldn't care, and I wouldn't have your product.
Exactly.
You know.
Get it.
So that's so it's like criticism is not bad. Now if you're gonna constantly be that negative person, and he's like, why are you being so negative? Do you even own Xbox? Well, no, I don't, because I heard it's garbage. Then immediately you're irrelevant to me.
Why are you so mad?
You know. So that's all. It's like criticism is good, man. It's just, you know, constructive criticism is good, but it can't always be negative. It can't always be overly positive. I always say I rock with people who can be right in the middle.
Yep, neutral, same.
You know,
that's how it is, man.
Yeah, beware the person that's always negative, but definitely beware the person that can never be critical.
Preach.
All right, I'm off my soapbox.
This
Preach right now. I love
it.
So yeah, man.
No, it's all truth, man. It really is, and that's you know, that's why, you know, I have a lot of love and respect for, you know, the podcast. You know, like I said, Cognito, like you guys, and, you know, Tick, and, you know, STGC. I mean, it's just because that's what it's supposed to be about, fun. You know.
Mm-hmm.
None of this.
Yeah, and that's what I've been trying to rock with more, like cleaning. You know, the process of cleaning up like my Twitter feed and stuff. It's just rocking with people who are having fun. You know, like I said, I always tell you, I'll never block anybody for having an opinion. Now, if you're gonna be a dickhead,
exactly.
You know,
respectful.
Yeah, with me, I've never had to block. You know, I've had a few people block me just because they felt I was being too critical, and I'm like, wow, that's funny. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, so I'll never block unless somebody gets disrespectful. And luckily, I've never had anybody be majorly disrespectful. But it's just, I just want to, if you know, if you're being vocal about what you like and what you don't like, and you're keeping it respectful, we can keep rocking.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
absolutely.
Yeah, I'll never get mad at you for having an opinion or sharing that opinion. So,
yeah. All right, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and wrap up this evening's podcast. And big shout out to the Iron Lords again, Gaming Addict, Lord Cognito. Thank you again.
Much appreciated, man. Pleasure to be on Brap. This is long overdue for me, man. I was like, I told my boss, I was like, I'm coming in late today. I need to be on Brap, man. I love listening to you guys. You know, B-Money, that's fam right there. DJ, definitely always respect his opinion, and I'm always on your Twitter feed. You know that. Brap, love you guys to death, man. I love what you guys are doing, and that's why I celebrate you guys, because this is the side of the gaming community that really needs a larger voice instead of all the clickbait stuff and all. You know, listen, we gotta really get down to talking gaming and having fun again, and that's what.
Because we love it, man.
Absolutely,
my passion, man. Thank you. Yeah, that's what it's about, man. It's about having fun, and like we were talking about gaming in the arcade, and how we came up doing that. And the memories there. I mean, it was just it was fun. It was always fun memories, always positive.
Absolutely, best
unless
moments of
somebody
life.
unless somebody moves your quarter.
Yeah, man. It's time to fight, man. It's time not to let you take your quarter out there.
You know what I'm saying?
We were talking about Street Fighter 2 before we went live. How big the Street Fighter 2 cabinets were in the arcade. But yeah, you'd have to put your quarter down. But you're right, B. If someone moved that quarter, like, oh, wait a minute.
It was all love until that moment, man. It's for real.
So all right, gentlemen. B Money, Eric, always a pleasure, man. We'll have to try that Nightfall again.
Yeah, man.
This week doesn't seem as bad, man. We might be able to get through
let's rock through it. And I might be double dipping because I got to roll. I think I got to roll with the Lords on Xbox too, man.
Got to come through, man. We got y'all, man. Like I said, if y'all switch over, if y'all do two platforms, I got a couple friends do the same thing. Listen, we on Tuesdays it's like clockwork. You're gonna pick your engrams up. You're gonna have your raid engram done. You're gonna have your Nightfall engram done. You're gonna get your level up. I'm telling you, man. And then like Gaming Addict, he's a beast with the raid, man. He's a beast. It's a well-organized machine. What we try to do is we try not to get too many people that haven't done it at the same time. We try to run one person through it.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Exactly. And then we'll kind of give them specific roles. Okay, you be the floater. You help these guys out. We're going to do this and that. The hardest part is probably the gauntlet. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like he's got it down to a science, man. We got a good bunch of guys. The only thing we're working on right now is we got to get our PvP game up because we want to get a consistent group for trials. But like Nightfall, Raid, Crucible Engrams, they're all done. Like by Tuesday afternoon, after reset, everything's done.
Wow.
You're cashing in, baby. You're cashing in. So
it's like
come to Xbox.
Well-oiled machine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. We got you, man.
All right.
I just thought soon, man.
Yeah, man.
We gonna get that double.
Enrique, I see those tweets when you say it pains my heart. I'm like, damn, I wish I could help him right now. Like, I gotta help him, but
it's like I said, I didn't want to miss out on the the content this time around.
Fair enough.
Yeah. And B and I picked up the Destiny Pros.
Yeah.
So that was,
let me ask you a quick question before I bounce, because there's a lot of controversy in the street. Like, is it crashing for you guys? Because people are saying they're getting crashes a lot on Pro, specifically on Destiny 2.
I've not had one crash.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay, so both of you have Pros and both of you are not experiencing it.
Nah, I never had a crash on mine, but I saw that. Cool. I did see that going around, right around launch.
Yeah. I'm seeing
Yeah.
Destin Legary, a couple of guys I follow, Paul Tassi, they're saying like they're getting these constant crashes when going to the tower. And I'm like, okay, so it's kind of like it must be like a case-by-case basis, not consistent.
Maybe they patched it. Because Tony Polanco he couldn't even play Destiny for the first week or so. I think he said, it was like it kept like crashing out on him, All
right. Might be case-by-case then. Okay.
Yeah.
The only thing is I don't know if I could run the whole campaign again though. If I get the Xbox.
Got you. It's easy. We do a couple public events, get you to 20 in no time. Got you, bro. I'm telling you.
Yeah, I'm gonna cop my Xbox copy, man. I gotta roll with you guys.
When y'all ready, man. We got you.
Yeah,
no doubt.
All right. Yeah, I might have to do that then.
See how Destiny brings communities together, man.
It brings everyone.
Yeah, remember we was talking about this a couple weeks back, man.
Exactly, B.
This is the first game of the year where, no matter what platform you're on, everybody was talking about it.
Yep.
And everybody was having great conversations. So we need games like this.
Absolutely. That's why we love it, man.
Yep.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right, gentlemen. We're going to go ahead and wrap up the podcast tonight. Thank you, everyone in the live chat, for coming in and hanging out with us this evening. And we'll be back again next Wednesday at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Definitely check out the Iron Lords podcast. There's a link below. There's also a link below for some other podcasts that I follow that I've been on as a guest myself. Definitely check out some of those links if you're looking for other great podcasts to listen to. So, as always, gamers, remember, game on, but more importantly, have fun doing so. That's what gaming is all about. It's about having fun.
No doubt.
If you're getting angry over games, you got to reevaluate shit. You just got to, because some wires are loose or something.
For real. There's enough in life to get mad about. Gaming ain't one of them.
Yeah, that's like getting mad about getting. That's like someone getting mad over getting laid.
Pretty much like,
yeah, it's like, you know,
I can't believe she want to give me this ass, man. Damn.
Told her I was tired.
Oh man.
You know, it's complaining about a good free meal. It doesn't make sense, you know. It doesn't make sense. You get mad about stuff like that, it's time to reevaluate.
Yeah, real talk. Real talk.
Yeah. So, all right, gentlemen. So, again, big shout out to everyone in the live chat. Big shout out to the Iron Lords. And you guys are going live on Saturdays, right? That's
Sundays at 11. That's
Sunday.
church.
Sunday is the Lord's Day, man.
Yeah, football, man.
Right before football. Once football, then we go back to our normal 1 o'clock. We can't mess with football right now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're on Saturdays right now.
No, Sunday.
No, we're Sundays.
Oh, you still before football.
Sundays
Okay, before
yeah,
football. Okay,
normally
okay.
Sundays at 1, but during football season it would be 11.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I have you guys on iTunes too, man. Like I rock with you in the gym.
Yeah, nice.
So yeah. And sometimes I'm over there like cracking up about to drop a weight on my foot.
Oh yeah,
People looking at me like something wrong with that dude, man.
Yeah, I'm in my car laughing. People are looking at me like, "What is wrong with this guy?" Yeah, you guys put on a great show.
Yeah, no doubt.
Much appreciated.
Yeah, it's funny. King Dave is hilarious.
Oh my god,
he's funny.
I grew up with that man. I already know all the type of things that come out his mouth.
He is
It's crazy. I love him though. That's my guy right
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
All right, gentlemen. So we'll catch everyone next week, and we'll see you guys then. Peace.